All right, folks, check out what we have today. Today is so we're still in December. We are talking about commentary boxes and info boxes. So let's show you the chart. All right, so if you look at the chart here, if I click on one of these bars, it gives you information, and it's just information that we put together in the Easy Language code. And then if we use in the analysis commentary section, we can actually click on each individual bar, and then the bar, if it does have analysis commentary associated with it, then it will give us that information. Okay, so that is kind of cool. All right, so then the other thing that we'll talk about is, instead of these commentaries, we'll talk about the info box. One of the things here, if you see on this side of the chart, when I hover over my flatten order ticket information, it gives me the time that's on the that I have set up for the flatten the order ticket. And so, excuse me, the U.S. futures trading session uh, runs in the morning. It stops at 5 o'clock. So typically, I want to go ahead and exit my positions around. Um, well, just because of the regular U.S. Stock trading sessions ends at 4, I like to go ahead and exit prior to that, because that's when you get a lot of the liquidity come in, large spikes, that kind of thing. So instead of exiting at 4 o'clock, I want to exit around 3:45 or something like that. So that'll be 15:45. So if I go over here, edit studies, go and change this to what is it, 15:45? Enter. And now when I hover over this same flatten, it'll say 3:45. That way, looking at this visually, I can't tell what time my flatten order ticket is, but if I just hover over it, I can see right away what time that is. Like I said, that info box is very helpful there. We'll go over info box in a second, but the first thing that we'll do is go over this commentary. All right, let's look over at the word notes here. You see that info box requires certain information. You need the message, and then the caption that comes below it, and then you need the placement on the chart. And then for commentary, it can be, you can be your numerical text string, true, false, but it's got to be inside those parentheses, because it is a function. Commentary CL is just going to include a return carriage line. So that's kind of cool too. You don't have to keep repeating everything. All right, guys. I know we're already halfway into it, but we're about to get to the coding part. So give me a moment. Let me have a little bit of coffee, and then we'll get to it. All right, here we go. Here we go. So, let me just show you what I already kind of put together for the commentary, just to make it easier. Plus, I already recorded this video. I got about halfway through it. Look back, realize that I didn't have you guys with me, right? I did not hit the record button. Yeah, my life, right? My life. All right, so here we go. This is the information that I put together. So uh, here I just put that if we have volume greater than the 6-period moving average of the volume, then we're going to insert a commentary. We're going to start commentary that just says, "Hey, bar is bullish with volume greater than 6 moving average of volume," and then we're going to put a new line there. Again, this commentary here, regular commentary, does not include a new line as a carriage return. So if we get rid of this and then hit verify, now we come back over to the chart. If I click on analysis commentary up here and then click on it, you see that it will run that first line, greater than 6 moving average of the volume, take this long. That take this long part, that actually was supposed to be on the second line. You see down here how it's on the second line? All this down here was created using carriage returns. Bar is bullish, da-da-da. This is commentary CL. Commentary CL. Carriage line, or carriage return, I guess. And then return. Okay. This up here is just created just using the commentary. So we had to add the reserve word new line to this. All right, let's get this out of here. Let me make sure that you know how to get to this, because I created all of my my icons and my taskbar up here, long time ago, and I didn't even know where analysis commentary was. So if you click this, go to customize, go down to all commands, and then you click on tap A, and then you see analysis commentary. You click on that, and then you can just drag it up to wherever you want it to be. Now I already have it there, so I'm just going to get rid of it. We'll cancel this. But then when you, right now, it's not quote unquote enabled, right? So I can click on anything and it's not going to do anything, right? It's just going to give me this normal box that it normally gives. All right, but if I click on analysis commentary, now when I click, it'll give me this extra analysis commentary box. Now, if the bar doesn't have any analysis commentary associated with it, then it will give you this dialog box here. But if it is one that has commentary associated with it, then it'll give you what you want it to print. Now, sometimes this can be very helpful, right? Because if you're trying to debug and trying to come up with how to get around some of your problems, you might be using print log to give you certain information of certain bars. But this is another great way to get information about bars without having to search it up on the print log. Or if the bar, if you on like a tick chart or something like that, and a bunch of ticks are coming through, tick, 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 then you can click on whatever you want to click on, and it'll be right on the screen for you instead of you having to scroll all through your print log to find the information. So, again, you have a lot of tools at your disposal. How you use the tools and what tools you use it's up to you. You're the creator, you're the designer. This is your masterpiece, your artwork. So be the artist. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the main display. All right, so you see here, this is what I was telling you, that commentary CL is the one that was at the information that was at the bottom that automatically does the carriage line return. Okay, and this one up here, we had to do the carriage return itself. Now, if you notice here, I added a lot of stuff, kind of concatenated a lot of stuff. I had a string here. I put a new line. Because I'm working with strings here, I needed to go ahead and convert this number, this high, to a string. So number to string, 0 decimal places. Or we could do 2 decimal places. New line, number to string, open, 2 decimal places. New line, number to string. What number? Low, with 2 decimal places, right? Okay. All right, so that is commentary in a nutshell. And then there's also this thing where you can do begin commentary and end. It's kind of like working a region. And Steve over at, he's Coach E, Easy Language Coach. He showed me this here, which is really cool, kind of help you clean up your code in your areas and that kind of thing. You can do, you see, as soon as I type the pound sign, you can go region and then type my program. You don't need to type parentheses or hashtags or slashes or anything like that. And then here you go pound or hashtag in region. Okay, and then it's going to encapsulate from here to here. And then once you minimize that, it puts all your stuff right in this plus box. So you can minimize all that stuff. And then it gives you the name associated with it. Move this down here. Now it just gives you my program. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so now we're going to go from my program, and now we're going to do a dialog box. So we're just going to say, and now this is going to be very simple because as I understand, I tried something with the dialog box, and it looks like, or the info box, and it looks like it only will give you one. So I'll play with it during live bars, but it looks like it will just give you one dialog box. And any information other than that will be overwritten. Actually, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try 2 info boxes for different indicators. Or let's try this. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to say if time is equal 1610, then value 1 equals info box. You see what it says? It says we need a string message, a string caption, and then the location that you want it. X pixels, Y pixels. Okay, so the string message is going to be time is 1610. We're going to have caption is empty. We'll just type empty caption so you can see where it goes. And then we're going to put that it's going to be 50 pixels to the right of the top left, and then 100 pixels um, below the top left. That, okay, now you're gonna have to watch this all at one time, right? So watch this when I hit verify. Well, it popped up on this screen. Time is 16:10, right? But this chart has 5 days of data, right? And so there ought to be at least 5 days of 16:10. But how many caption boxes did we get? I'm only seeing one. But you see that box, it came up, it said time is 16:10, right? The title of it is empty caption. The message says time is 16:10. So you can do this with all kinds of like potential errors, or if you got something happening on one of your charts or one of your indicators is starting to give you some indication that you want to do something, you can set it up as an info box instead of an alert, right? Because the alerts sometimes get lost. I like this. I really like this. But again, I think that these will get overwritten. So keep that in mind. And what you might do is, if you do have an info box, or if something like this happens the first time, then the next time that it happens, you add to it and you add to it and you add to it. Let's see. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to say if time is equal to 16:15. No, 16:05. Okay. Look at what it did. After I verified, it still says time is 16:10. Okay, now we have another box that says time is 16:10. That's because we didn't do this one. 16:05. Okay, all right. So it looks like we will get, if we have two instances, we will get two boxes, right? But this box will only show one time. It's kind of like, we talk about objects being whether or not they persist, like whether or not they persist throughout the bar or after the bars, that kind of thing. It's almost like these info boxes will not persist when another one is called. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it didn't seem to say in the notes anything specifically about that this will be overwritten. So let's take a look, see real quick. Okay, so the form is closed by clicking the OK button in location. Always returns a 1. The function could be called and will create an info box on historical bars, but calling on every bar. So I see notes. Yeah. When a message is user based on condition and analysis. Yeah, so again, this doesn't explicitly say that only one iteration of the box can be shown at a time. So that's a little unfortunate that seems to be the case, but it doesn't tell you that. So like I said, again, I'll see how this works on live bars. But then the only other thing that I want to check out right now is, so if this happens multiple times and you don't get a chance to get back to your chart to check it, how would you concatenate this many times? So we'll say if time is equal to 16:10, then value 1. So what we need to do is we need to save the actual time. Sorry about that. Sip of coffee was necessary. Okay, so we're going to have a variable. Or should we do this as a method? X call box. So we're going to call the box begin, and this will have a string. We'll call it just str for now. So the string is going to be plus equal to this information here. The time is 16:10, and then we're going to put a plus, a plus a new line. So let's do this. We're going to bring that string in. So it's going to be Z string. That's going to be a string. Z string. So string plus equal, actually we don't even need to do that. We can go ahead and call the box. Is going to be, but because this does keep adding and it's on the module level, then we will need to have this in the main module. So we'll call it total string, and then so we'll add this string to it, and so total string will be plus equal to Z string. And before we add Z string, we need to add a new line. So we're going to do new line. So we'll have that new line, and then we'll have the Z string. That'll be added to whatever is already in total string, and then we'll print the total string. So value 1 is equal to info box, the message string pixels. Okay, so the message will be total string. We don't need a caption at the top, and then we'll go 50 over 200 down. Okay. All right, so again, we're not returning anything. We're going ahead and operating within the method, but the string that we send in is going to be Z string, which essentially needs to be what we're saying right here. Okay, so if time is equal to 16:10, then we're going to X call box, and what we're putting in there will be time is 16:10, and then we can comment that out. We can leave this because we want to see what this box looks like. All right, I think that's about it. So if time is equal to 16:10, then we're going to do the method X call box, inserting time is equal to 16:10, and that's a string, so that'll be assigned to ZSTR. Call box method void string. We don't even need this one here. We got rid of that. So our total string, which starts off as being blank, is going to be plus equal new line plus Z string. Value 1 is going to be the info box total string. So by the time we get to the last box here, by the time we get to the last 16:10, it ought to have concatenated all these 16:10s. Okay, and we could actually confirm that by doing bar date time dot to string plus the time. All right. You don't like that. Oh, we got open and close. All right, there we go. Look at that. All right, so instead of having 5, because we had Christmas here recently, so we had a couple of days, I think, where we did not have times running at 4:10. Bars at 4:10. Is that right? Yeah, the market closed early those days. Okay, so you see what happened there? So let me pull this over. And we still have the 16:05 here. Let's see. Yeah, it still pulls it up on this window. But as I understand, it's going to do it on the active window. So let's put this onto the chart. Bring this over. So this is the active window. Well, we don't necessarily need to do that. Let's just do this and then verify. I still pulled it over here. Okay. Yeah, I got to play with that to see which one kind of comes up as an active window, or maybe it pulls up the main window. Push your dialog boxes on the main window. So this monitor that I have, this desktop on here, is not my main window for Tradestation. So it looks like it's putting this dialog box on the main window. Okay, but I'll play with that later, and maybe I'll have an answer for you. But you see how this kind of concatenated everything. The 23rd didn't have anything on the 24th. The 24th, the market closed early. I think it was at 1 o'clock. The 25th was Christmas, so we didn't have anything on the 25th. And then you have the 26th and the 27th. So those are the last 5 days on this chart, which goes back 5 days. So it concatenated everything, gave you this information on the dialog box. Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. That's all I had to show you. So I hope you guys got a little something out of it. And if you did, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know that you got something out of it. And what other things you'd like to see, because I have pretty much run out of things. I think I've run out of things to show you. Either that, or I don't know what's useful to you. I don't know what a value I can add, because I had really started this a long time ago, just posting videos as I was learning. And I've learned so much along the way that I'm still learning bits and pieces here. But it feels so small. It feels so trivial in the grand scheme of things. I'm like, that's not that significant. But when I was fresh, every single thing I learned seemed huge. So again, I don't really know what you guys are looking for, but if you are looking for anything in specific, then feel free to peruse through the channel, because I've got a lot of other videos, or just ask me to do it. I'd be happy to do stuff over, but I don't know, if that's worthwhile, but maybe I will start doing that. Anyway, thanks for the some of the latest subscribers that have joined on board. Just trying to continue to grow the channel, but in the meantime, I'm not so much focused on growing the channel as I am focused on becoming a great programmer. So I appreciate Coach E, Easy Language Coach over there. I appreciate him and all his insight and the tutelage that he's passing on to me. He's quite an experienced programmer, so feel free to go ahead and check out his channel as well. And guys, hope to see you in the next one. All right, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.